Kura koto katawa, ko Sing Koh toko ingoa. So good afternoon, everyone. Okay, almost afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. So my name is Sing, and I'm really glad to be here today to actually talk part or moderate this open discussion. So in terms of this open discussion, I have Jack, who's going to be helping me. And I've got Ollie, who's going to actually help moderate the panel online. So in terms of what we're going to do today is, this is a very good time and platform for us to actually talk about growing capabilities in environmental data science. So part of this is actually getting you guys to do some work. So this is the easiest session here because I get you guys to do work. So one of the things that I like you guys to do is get into 5 to 6 people groups. And then when you're in that group, you can introduce yourself, name, organization, change LinkedIn accounts, networking stuff if you want. And then you'll be given a set of questions. So there's 3 sets of questions that I've actually prepared today. One is on opportunities and people. The second is on data. And third is emerging trends and the future. So in terms of that, you'll be given 30 minutes to talk, 10 for each of the set of questions. And at the end of that particular session, what I would like is to actually get one of you from your group to actually present back. You get about a minute or so to do that. I will show you guys quickly the set of questions that we have. So this is the first set of questions. There's 3 questions in that, and you don't have to actually cover all 3. What you'll be given is at the start of it, I will show this. You get 10 minutes. You're going to pick one, and then you're going to actually sort of talk about that. And when the time's up, you're going to move to the next set, which is about data. There's 3 questions as well. Pick the one that resonates with your team. And then at the end of 10 minutes, you get to actually move on as well to the last set of questions. And at the end of that, you come back and you report. So that's pretty simple instructions, I think. Now, this is going to be the hard part. Like with any of my classes, when I start teaching classes, one thing I like to do is mix the class up a little bit. So I'd like you to turn to the person on your left or right, introduce yourself.
To be able to solve more problems. Then, well, we have to address the problem of responsibility, and especially with people that seem to be trusting blindly what the outcomes that they see from those models, and then developing just more models to assist in monitoring and modeling, especially in the context of climate change.
Oh, I should get the better sound than that. Right. Yep.
Second one. We can do the second one. You have nothing All right. So for the second question, we had a good discussion. Mostly, we have 3 main points. The first one is about knowledge transfer, so organizing things such as summer school, teaching to use tools, well-known tools such as scikit-learn, making machine learning more accessible, and talking a bit about bias towards underrepresented groups. The second one was about, transferring jobs, especially monitoring jobs. So if you have to go on site, on Maori site, then you should probably transfer those jobs for them, involve them more in the project, and they will be, they will take part of the project this way. And the last one, it was more about having them in the whole process, involving them in the thinking, in the decision-making of the research and about the direction of the research and the science, right?
So basically, we discussed with regards to integration with TAIAO Maori, the idea, as was mentioned by previous group, to involve researchers, Maori researchers from the inception, Maori communities from the inception of the project. And also, actually, what was interesting point, which emerged in the discussion, that while we all focus as environmental data scientists on accuracy, actually for the communities, accuracy might be not so important at all. And we don't have to focus on that, but rather on what is important for the communities. And with regards to, do we report on all the questions? Yeah, so with regards to other points, we talk about ethical considerations for large-scale data sets. So primarily we talk about that some groups might not be willing to share the data sets because of compliance issues, and they might be taken accountable. And okay, that's it.
Yeah, so regarding the first set of questions, we picked question 3, and we were also concerned not just about the gaps mentioned there, but also the gaps within a university between different departments within the same university. Maybe the environmental scientists don't talk enough with the computer scientists or statisticians, and vice versa. And so maybe cross department seminars could be held. And to encourage better understanding, perhaps there should be a sort of dictionary where all the most relevant terms are listed and their different translations in the various fields. Even within computing and mathematical sciences, we have a problem talking to statisticians sometimes because they use different terminology than computer scientists. We also have Koji here from the ministry, and he's concerned about the fact that we may not be addressing problems that the government is actually concerned about. So there should be better communication between the government and the projects perhaps, and policies and challenges should align better. And maybe there should be advisory groups as well, if there are no such advisory groups. Yeah.
Sure. So you want us to do the third one? Okay. So the one that we picked here was the first one at the top. So we thought that it would be quite useful to have people involved in AI sort of coming into the environmental space and to actually work with environmental scientists to be able to turn those numbers that everyone sees in terms of data sets into what they actually mean. So me being able to take people out into rivers and to try and explain, okay, this is what things actually mean. So they get more sort of buy-in to the end results. Also moving through university and things, there could be opportunities for joint degrees where you kind of cross over from environmental science and also into more of the AI space. We get a lot of students coming straight out of university who are very much lacking in the numerical sense, and there's a lot sort of going straight down the computer science type area. So being able to have that kind of blend starts to create that real niche of people. So
can I answer like opportunity and people? Can you go to the slide? Yeah.
first.
No. This is like I can answer opportunity and people's one. Yeah. So the like how the technological and emerging the use like help to the environmental and data science. So nowadays, like we have the technological evolutions. Now we have the lots of sensor technologies and satellite imaginaries and then IoT sensors. So now we have the lots of cheaper way to collect a huge amount of data. Now the data science what we have like we can have like lots of people come to data science and then develop some new techniques using those data that can get the insights from the lots of data sets and on the create some new prediction models that can be helpful to fight the environmental change and the pollution and all the different kind of data challenges we have. Like we can see like flood detections and different kind of environmental challenge. So yeah, the technological emergence are very helpful nowadays to collect the data very cheaper way And then we can using the data science, we can find the patterns or insights and the predictive models that can be helpful us for to making the new future better earth and better futures. Yeah, and I think one question I think how the academic and data things are merged together. So we can make some of the things like say if a professor is teaching the environmental science with the data science. So what we can do, we can make some assignments based on the environmental data sets, right? So that can be the student also understand how the environmental is changing environmental things and how they work in data science way to solving the different kind of data challenges in environmental science. So yeah, might be this would help. And also there is lots of libraries. So we can make the default data set as an environmental based data set. So that can be also helpful to fight the things on environmental challenges. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Right. One more.
Yes. Maybe the middle one, data. Yeah.
Right.
I mean, so for this one, we actually talked about a little bit the second question. So what role does open data and data sharing play? And we talked about how there's some opportunities for using sort of public crowdsourcing to develop applications. So there's lots of applications where the data collection process is quite tedious. And yet there's people who actually, like members of the public who actually work on collecting similar data just on a day-to-day basis anyway. And so the example we had was people who are using apps that sort of let you report weird-looking diseases or things that you might think are a bit suspicious in plants. And then that gets into experts who are able to label, maybe rare diseases. And this is something that if you were trying to do manually without the public crowdsourcing effort, it would probably be a lot trickier. And then maybe for the last question, I don't know, switch. Yeah, we talked a little bit about actually the emerging trends and challenges. We decided to focus on the potential issues with security and privacy, and the fact that as there's a trend in data science and machine learning to collect more and more data to solve these emerging challenges, whatever they are, and that it feels like there's not so much presence of people focusing on actually the privacy and how this is all targeted. And maybe the way to solve this proactively would be to start focusing on teaching this in universities and younger ages. Yeah. Cheers.
Now, if you fair, I do some homework. So what I'll do after the workshop today is I'm going to pass on this and write a little report. I'll send it to Suhaida for you guys. I can share you guys. Now I'd like you guys to give yourself a big hand. Bill, back to you.